E from marketwizards.com and eminywizard.com, about 23 minutes after 11, 22nd of February, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Looking at the OTF model, and we'd said be very careful on the short side today. It looked like the agenda was to be supportive and try to get back into the pockets of the shorts. So we had suggested today, try to get to that on the backside, try to get into the 82s to 81s. And if you got below that, good fortune, jump up and down. And we felt that that 78 to 82 range was for buying and trying to come up today and test for resistance. And we've got the breakout from 87, 88 area. And our first target above, we said, make sure you are paid at the 90 and a half. And then if you have a trailer and want to keep it for the 92 to 93 test, great. And then because T2 today, actually T1 today is 92. And then T2, we said, should be into that 96 zone. Zeke had called it right on time. He'd like to see that done and achieved by the 11 o'clock time frame. And the boys have not disappointed with that push. 10-minute chart. You can see how we held the rain line. We said today we're going to use this rain line idea for support. This is a 10-minute chart, obviously ahead of ourselves. The market is squeezing, and we said today probably the shorts are going to give back a lot of what they had yesterday. And achieving our 92 target. And I said, make sure you paid 92s ahead of the 96 target. Reminder, Zeke has pointed out 96 and a quarter is yesterday's demon. And this is our support zone. This is a 2-minute chart. We thought this was the ideal buying range today, trying to float up sideways, sideways, sideways. Then we get the breakout late morning. And traders who could not turn their heads around today weren't using a chart. And remember the rule, if we're above the green, the red, the blue line, it's positive. Till we get so stretched that we get a reversion type trade. Right now, there's no sign of that. There's no demon yet. Got a little bit of a pause here at that 92 target. And I've maintained today was not really a good opportunity for morning after trend day, just because of the agenda the boys had. Here's a 1. Here's your 3s. Here's a 5. Ahead of ourselves, obviously. Here's a 10. Well, look how good this 10-minute chart is. Found support yesterday. Today we said we are searching for resistance this morning. Educated guess, nothing more. And anybody that close to 11:30, anybody that's got the 92s, lock something for sure. If you've got a trailer and you want, up to you. I mean, my guess right now is that breakout is the key. We said there's a breakout, right? The overnight high, and there's the extension and the squeeze. Agenda clearly in play. We said we wanted to be aware of this 90 and a half target, that prior high. This is our support box, we said, our fighting box, and then our resistance box. So now we have to move this up and admit to the reality of where we are. Fighting box. Now this becomes middle fighting, and that's our support. So based on the current range and yesterday's range, we need to think defensively and say, okay, so right now this is our fighting zone, when this has got to become our support zone, with the goal of the boys to try to test yesterday's high zone. And until this level breaks back in here, that's supportive. Should be that 85, scene of the crime. And a reminder, goal is take something out of the market, not to guess every little wiggle. Market has achieved a plus 20 type trade. Certainly have done the same with IB. RTH got plus 10. And I was thinking today we would get an inside day, stay within this range. It's easier for the boys to move this after hours, gap ups, just like today. So think defensively. Anybody that wants to short, we said theoretically the next zone of resistance that the boys are going to try to get to is 88 to 92s. Now we have to factor in yesterday's 98. So anybody that gets to the 92 is good for you, and more is good fortune. That's the way I'm looking at this. And you don't have to short just because you think it's a place somebody might take profits. But you should be aware to protect profits if you're alongside and got that trade right. For those of you who like the profile charts, we can see yesterday's range area up here where we had very little auctioning done, hard and fast. Today is what Zeke and I call kings and queens. You've got a reversal type day coming back in to explore as much of that range as possible. So right now, it makes the most common sense to me to suggest IB low, obviously support until broken. Yesterday's high, resistance until broken. And the range is in between that needs to be traded for those of you who are going to hang out this afternoon and trade. And my guess is that we're not going to break the IB low. We guessed correctly today that it would probably be a squeeze type day, and who knew how choppy it would be this morning. And then the directionality would kick in depending on direction. And so I view these targets already achieved this morning as allowing a small pullback at lunch, but not looking for a big pullback. I would be very surprised if we got a big pullback. And the fact that we never closed the half gap tells you, Zeke and I like to think that it's a rabid dog day. And today is simply getting back into shorts pocket, and probably the highest not in. I believe next week we may take out that 28, 2800. First targets up there we've already identified at the 6 to 12 area, and then the 28 and a quarter, all important high. So they'll use whatever news they want to keep gunning this thing, but shorts have not had any 2 days in a row, very seldom in this push this year. It's just been up, 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 and so we keep saying buy support in an uptrend. We need a pullback, but yesterday we got such a strong pullback and then goosed into the close, and then overnight traders got trapped. So I hope you had a good morning. Hope you have a good weekend. I'll make a few notes this afternoon in the room. And if you've got questions, obviously post them there and be more than happy to answer what I can. I'm going to be in and out probably this afternoon. Beautiful day out there. But I'll make a few posts. All right. Be well. Have a good day. Have a great weekend.